Benjamin Raven with MLive.com here in Detroit inside of the 2018 Toyota Prius C4 hatchback. Now, this is, before we get too deep into it, the version I'm driving is, what do they call this color? What does Toyota call this color? Tangerine orange. This is bright neon orange in a tiny, tiny hatchback. So I am literally the Simpsons very tall man this week. So for all you guys laughing at me, this is literally how I drove this thing all week long. If I sit up with decent enough posture for my mother, my head is hitting the top of this. You can see my hair pushing on it. So do you find something funny about my appearance when I'm driving in my automobile? Don't worry, you're not alone. But you know, it's tough for me to dock a car for that. You know, I'm 6'6", I'm not a normal sized person. I'd say 6'3" and under, good to go. Comfortable, because the seats are surprisingly spacey in here. The seats are comfortable. Me, personally, just found myself trying to force the seat to go back further. My knees are really cramped. I had trouble getting them underneath the steering wheel. It's been a painful, uncomfortable week of driving for me, but that is not going to take away points from this because I'm not a normal sized person and I would never buy a subcompact hatchback. Even if it was affordable at $26,000, this is like the pretty loaded up version of $26,000, and it gets 46 miles a gallon combined, 48 city, 43 highway. That is #1 in its class. That is #1 in its class at a great price tag. So that's what you're buying this for. I drove to Grand Rapids, I drove to Ann Arbor and back, I drove around Detroit. I got gas one time and I'm handing it back with a little, yeah, put gas in it today. We're at about half tank of gas. So impressive, very impressive. Like I said, if I had another inch or two of headroom, leg room, and if I could push the seatbelt in a little more, I would have been perfect, because the performance in this was what you would expect. Now, while it is top of the line in fuel economy ratings, it is bottom of the barrel in horsepower. And surprisingly loud when you're trying to use the horsepower that is there. I felt that the cabin, the ride was silent at times. Silent. When you're going less than 45 miles an hour, I'd say, a silent ride. You get above 60 or you get on the highway, it is loud in here. It gets pretty surprisingly loud in here, especially considering this is a small car, and you have to push the pedal down to the metal to pass somebody on the highway. So it was really loud for such a terribly non-accelerating car. So enough of that. It's fantastic. Fantastic fuel economy. The user-friendly screen. Excuse me. Let's start that. Fantastic fuel economy. So there you go. Surprisingly roomy seats. User-friendly dashboard. From 2017 to 2018, there were just some minor exterior changes, so not a lot to write home about changes to the inside performance or stuff like that. You know, this is a Prius, great gas mileage, it's comfortable, the dashboard is nice, it looks good, user-friendly. So that's about it.